Sorry, this music's a little annoying, but it's what I have. How you doing with that? You want me to do it again? Should I hit hold again?
No, we'll keep going, man. We're already late. We
are good. Did you tweet that out? All right.
I'm still working on it. Keep going, and I'm gonna keep tweeting. Okay. I got a lot of profiles. Good start. People will come in when they come in.
Enough of that. Let's go. Let's fucking do this shit.
Enzo.com. That's Enzo.com. That's Enzo.com.
Motherfucker. Kill this. Welcome to the team. You're in the magazine at last. This ain't no magazine, it's a podcast. Streaming with the Black Queen, not a typecast. I know I'm fast, but my interviewee may be faster. Mastering the art of the toast while roasting ribs and Karens, those stupid bastards. Inspiring laughter on every coast, challenging these kids' religion like a pastor. Tonight's co-host boasts thousands of votes, views, likes, shares, and highly sought after. That's why I find it necessary to spit a rhyme or two or three about a red-pilled lady in hospitality working at a brewery. Some say this beautifully big-breasted Brooha is practicing sorcery, but historically, seeing the hypocrisy of the left gave her radical honesty. A tattooed patriot with that California flavor, raging on BLM, crossing commies like the savior, and speaking like a sailor, while looking like the mayor of San Francisco. I have Proud Boy tattooed in Sailor Jerry font above my tits, bro. Will you cater to me now that you know I'm a PB, or will you walk away and pray for an alternate reality? My guest on this Tuesday evening live stream is Jennifer Eon, a.k.a. Red Pill Rage, historian, political educator, and conservative party girl. She uses comedy and detailed research to change liberal hearts, and she fully supports patriotic Americans of all backgrounds and walks of life. Sit back, relax, and prepare to be red-pilled. Welcome to episode 194 of Bobby Pickles Podcast.
That's me.
Bam, that's me. What's up, Red Pill Rage? Nice to have you on. And hey, Red, before we start, are you okay with green? That's okay, right? Okay, just making sure.
That's why I was asleep all afternoon. I took an edible.
Oh my God.
Which I don't like edibles, but I had one and I didn't have any flour, so.
Well, thank you for preparing adequately for the show. I really appreciate that.
I just woke up.
Oh my God. Jesus. Well, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? I know you just woke up, but as I mentioned in the intro, what?
Everything was in your intro. I don't need to tell you any more about myself.
Oh my God, that's it.
You covered everything. Everything.
I think I did.
So, yeah, go back and listen to the intro. That was like my complete biography in like 60 seconds.
Well, basically, what put you on the map here? Basically, you do some like video, like you do some like selfie vlogs, kinda. You like kind of do like that Bill Burr thing, you spit right into the camera. I guess that's kind of like a California thing or something like that. But don't you not live in California now? You live in like Texas, right?
Texas, yeah. Yeah, I just moved to Texas like less than 4 weeks ago. I love it.
Oh my God. Did you really?
Yeah. Ever since I went on the road, I've been trying to figure out where I belong and like what feels safe and where I feel like I would fit in and where I feel like I could be of service to this country. And I think Texas is it. I hope. Unless it's Florida. It's either Texas or Florida, basically.
So you joined the droves of people exiting these areas, these liberal areas. A lot of people in California coming to Florida, and I guess the Californians are going to Texas. So, and you're living in Austin, is that right? That's where everybody's moving to.
Yeah, so I'm in the most liberal city. I call this the San Francisco of Texas because it literally is the San Francisco of Texas. Which on some levels, makes me feel really comfortable. There's great bars. There's a lot of mom and pop kind of energy here. It seems like, obviously everything's open, so people are out and they're free and they're feeling good. It's just a little too hipster, a little too. I could see there being a small Antifa presence here, if at all. There might be, there might not be. Very certain parts of it are kind of corny, but I feel right at home. It's very artistic. People are very creative. Smells like piss on the sidewalk every day you walk through downtown. Like, it's perfect. Yeah,
so it's an actual city.
It's an actual city, yes.
Wow.
Plenty of crackheads, junkies, artists, great fashion here. So yeah, I feel like I'm at home.
And the downtown is like some decent sized buildings?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Gorgeous. The state house is beautiful. Everything's, yeah, it's very beautiful out here. Plus, you can go literally 5-10 minutes outside of the suburbs or downtown, and you can be at a lake anywhere. And that's the other thing. I like being outdoors. I like going swimming. I kind of need that in my life right now, being close to nature. So there's parts of this place that look exactly like Berkeley. So I feel like I'm not missing anything.
And that's where you're from originally? You're from California?
I grew up in Los Angeles. I lived in the Bay Area for 6 years. I lived in Vegas for 2 years, moved back to the Bay Area, and then had lived there for the last 2 years up until COVID. And right around probably August is when I basically just packed up my shit in my house. It's still not in my house, in my roommate's house. My stuff is still in her garage. I never went back to go get it. So yeah, I went on the road and traveled to all these cities and all these counties, cities, states. Did a lot of time in. I sound like I've been in jail. Did a lot of time in Florida. Spent a lot of time in Florida. Spent a lot of time on the East Coast. Visited a lot of friends. Made a lot of new friends. And just, was just slowly kind of figuring out what I wanted to do. I ended up in Ohio for like 4 months. That was a big mistake. But I'm out now. And I do like it here in Texas. I do like it a lot.
Why was it a big mistake to go to Ohio?
Oh, the people.
No shit.
The people. You would think like a Midwestern place like that, people would have like a lot of integrity and be hard workers and be cool. And I just like.
Is there a lack of class in Ohio?
Yes. There's a lack of like just basics of anything. Like I had 2 jobs when I was there, and neither one of these fucking companies paid me on time. And so I quit both of them and fucking left. And then I moved to Texas, and like I moved here on a Friday, and I was working by Monday.
Well, it goes kind of with my whole thing. I've said it a couple times. I'll say it really fast so I don't bore anybody. But basically, the way Florida is they have Route 95 going down the eastern seaboard all the way up to Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, and then you have Route 75, and it stops in Dayton, Ohio. So you literally have all the people from the Midwest get on the highway, and then they just drive down, and then they settle wherever on that side. And it's like a little Ohio on the other side of Florida. So if you ever do move to Florida, you have to move probably to the East Coast, or something, because you'll just have more of those people.
Okay, good. Good to know.
Just giving you a heads up. Giving you a heads up. No problem. So yeah, you're liking that, and you wanted to get out of LA. You wanted to get out of that state, California, in general.
I had to. Once they passed the SB 145 bill, I was like, there's no way. There's no way.
What is that bill?
That is the one that...
I'll look it up and I'll share it. Hold on. Let me look. SB 145.
It's either SB 145 or SB 45. I'm pretty sure it's 145. So that actually passed while I was on the road. I was probably either in D.C. or somewhere. I was somewhere on the East Coast.
Is it sex offenders?
About the sex offenders, yeah.
Okay.
After that, I said no. So, but let me explain it. So basically, as we all know, the gays are a protected class. And so what was happening, I guess, in California is that when older adults, meaning over the age of 18, which is still very young, but still they are legally adults, when certain adults were turning out younger people, they made a big shit show, and they decided that, well, hey, we want to have some backup. We want to have some protection when we turn out children. Okay. So all these fags got to, can I say fags on this show?
I mean, oh my God, we're probably gonna strike now. Whatever. But no,
I'm sorry. I learned a new word this weekend. I don't know if you all use it or not, but it's
I can't believe you say
faggotry.
Yes.
Faggotry. I learned that word. Do you guys use that term?
Well, it was coined by Milo, I believe. as in God shall punish us for this faggotry.
Okay, so basically the faggotries of Northern California got together and they said, "Hey, we want to protect our younger sex offenders." So basically, they made an age bracket where you cannot be prosecuted. Not it's not that you can't be prosecuted; it's that you don't have to register as a sex offender if you are within 10 years of the age of your victim. So if I'm 22 and if I'm either a gay man or a gay woman, I can fuck a
13-year-old.
12-year old, okay, because it's within that 10-year age bracket. I can fuck a 12-year-old, and even if I get prosecuted for it, I don't have to register as a sex offender. So basically,
Wow.
you can be up to the age of 27 turning out younger children, turning out teenagers, and you can do it without having to declare yourself for what you did. Okay, so I don't understand how if it's a heterosexual statutory rape, you do have to register as a sex offender, but if it's a homosexual statutory rape, you do not. So that was basically the tipping point for me. I was already on the Gavin Newsom recall effort. I was already frustrated. I had already started my channel. I, had already had my heart completely broken because my boss was losing his business, and he finally got out of the state of California. He's in Washington, so whenever he's ready to open another business. But let me tell you, my boss easily lost $2 million because of the shutdowns. So I was already pissed. Like, I was livid. Hey, like I was saying on my channel, hey, I know where Gavin Newsom lives. Let's go see his ass. Like, I was at that fucking point. And I guess it is good that I went on the road because I got to start visiting more people and getting more support and visiting more free states, and that kind of quelled my anger just a little bit. But once that SB 145 passed, I was like, no, fuck that. I am not staying in a state that is going to give a free pass to the faggotries who are going around turning out teenagers, and they don't have to register as sex offenders. Fuck that. I'm not staying in Sodom and Gomorrah. That I can't live there. I can't be a part of it. I'm not going to pay taxes in that state. I'm not going to vote in that state any longer. I am not going to contribute anything to the economy of that state. No. Bye. I'm out.
Now, you are a God-fearing person. I heard you mention God just now.
I go back and forth with it.
I've seen that you do.
I do. I struggle with God. I do have a really cool Bible if you want to see it. I got this Bible from the World Harvest Church in Groveport, Ohio, and their pastor is Pastor Rod Parsley, who I actually have been watching on TBN since I was a little kid with my grandma. So the fact that I got to visit his church and get this Bible is really special.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who and what's his name? What's that guy's name?
Pastor Rod Parsley. We're talking one of the most old school, like, gangster, just like gangster for God type of pastors. So I respect him a lot.
Do you know a lot of stuff in the Bible?
No.
You can't
No,
quote stuff?
I can't remember much of it. I mean, I went to Sunday school and stuff when I was a kid, but I don't remember that much.
So what is it that makes you not want to what is it that makes you like go back and forth about God?
Because I truly believe God hates me. God either really, really, really loves me, or he really, really, really hates me. And I don't know why. It's one of the two.
Explain?
I don't want to explain that. I don't. If you don't already know, like, some of the tragic things that have happened in my life, like, I'm not going to share them on your channel just yet. But many people who are probably in the community we share do know about what happened. And I just honestly, on one hand, my life has been like a lot of miracles. I've had such a good life in certain ways. But on the other hand, it's just, I feel like certain tragedies have happened that didn't need to happen. And I like being in control. I was depressed and miserable the majority of the time that I was a Christian because I didn't understand why everybody at church and everybody from the outside looking in was so happy. Like, why can't I be happy too? And once I went like full agnostic and decided to actually take the reins of my own life, that's when everything changed. But I had to discover Buddhism to be happy. And then even Buddhism isn't that fulfilling because it's just another belief system that makes you look outside of yourself. But when you look inside of yourself, like that's literally the only source of joy that I have. Like literally. So it's kind of this back and forth between God's will and my will. And unfortunately, to be very honest, my life is a lot better when God is not in it. But on the flip side, I know there has to be a God. So I'm constantly worried about where I stand with him. Like, how does he feel about me? Because I can't believe anything that's in this Bible. Like, I really don't. I'm sorry. When you figure out how the Bible was constructed, what was put together, what was left out, I'm not sure I even believe this is real. I hope it is, but I'm not sure that it is.
Well, I'm Catholic. I had to go to Catholic school my whole life, so it basically means that I could tell you anything about Catholicism, but I can't really tell you anything about the Bible, And so I understand fully where you're coming from. You don't have to share your personal matters, of course. I'll share with you. I've definitely, just like every human being, got a lot of stuff happen to me. I mean, all kinds of death. All kinds of different people super close to me in every aspect of my life, very recently actually, and that made me turn to God, actually not away from God at all. That's what I was kind of on the like autopilot, not thinking about God, and it made me realize that that wasn't the right way to do it actually. And also it was facing those things, like Hemingway say, the world crushes us all, and afterwards, some of us are stronger at the broken places, but some of us aren't. Some of us just get crushed. But me, I'm always get stronger at the broken places and keep on going or whatever. But God definitely helps me do that.
Oh, I love that. And that's a really, you get a slave for that. Okay.
I get a slave for
No,
that?
that's a really mature, and that's a very spiritually mature point of view. I like that.
Yeah, I did ayahuasca in Costa Rica, and it didn't even work on me. Oh my God. It's so crazy. I'm definitely at a weird spot. Like I'm totally like in tune with the universe. But it sucks that stuff's happening to you. I hope that you can get a grip of it and get onto the right page and stuff, whatever. Find your happy place. So you were saying, so basically you have a background, talk about your background for a little bit, okay, if we could. You have a background in hospitality. Are you like a chef? Yeah.
I am.
That's right.
I am.
Look at all those fucking tattoos.
They're all in one place, though. They're all in one place.
Oh my God, it's awesome.
Here, let me show you.
Show me.
Gear. You want to see my gear?
Strip.
Okay.
No, I'm just joking.
I'm sorry. I have to. I loved your rap in the beginning, but the fact that you said I look like London Breed makes me want to punch you. I hate that bitch. I fucking hate that bitch. Hold on.
I didn't say you look like that. You said it.
Okay. So we've got all kinds of stuff here, and this isn't even. Hold on. Shut up! Hi, Travis. This isn't even like all of my stuff. So we've got the basics here. We've got the sushi makis. I've got my mandolins with all of my good stuff. This is for waffles. That's my steel. This is my Asian vegetable chopper. This is for cleaning fish. This is my $30 oyster shucker. My saran. We got this stuff here.
Those are your tools.
Okay, we got, and then this is the shit that I take to work with me on a daily basis. So, we got this bad boy.
Wow.
We got this bad boy. We got this bad boy. And like literally I have knives from all over the world. We've got my German, we've got my Japanese, we've got my Thai knives. These are my favorite. My favorite knives are Thai. I have probably about 6 years experience with whole animal butchery. This is the one tattooed on my arm.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so butchery is kind of my fish, my spats. Like this is just what I take to work on a daily basis because I don't even like to touch anyone else's stuff.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I bring everything. I bring my own spoons, everything. As you can tell, this is like well used.
Well used, yeah.
Well used. I've had all this stuff for years. I take care of my stuff. That's why.
That is awesome. Now, what would be your like favorite tool in the kitchen? That like is like for everything. Like the one that you like hold the most, the one you use the most.
Fish spat.
Now you got a job immediately over there. Yeah, obviously in trendy, that trendy town that you're living in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
That's why I like it. I feel like the cuisine in Austin
is good.
It's very good. It's very good. So I'm cooking good foods. It's a creative environment. Like I said, you have every type of artist here. You have fashion designers, you have sculptors, painters, musicians. Obviously, this is the live music capital of the world. You have a lot of musicians here. And then, of course, you have culinary artists, and you have great restaurants and bars, and people are doing creative shit. So, I mean, I think that Austin is kind of on the forefront of the restaurant scene, probably, of all of Texas.
Wow, that's so awesome. Well, I'm glad that you found that spot. You got a job immediately, and you're all, getting used to that area. Don't California that Texas.
No.
You're not going to do that, though, right?
Fuck no.
Fuck no. Let's dive right in. I want to play the viral video, that first viral video that started all this off. Really? Hold on. Let me cue it up. Hold on 1 second. Oh, shut up. Hold on. There we go.
That was, dude. I've been searching all day for that video. And a lot of the people who had posted it originally, including Deanna Lorraine, their Twitter pages got taken down. So this was the last one that I could find.
Let me play it. Let me play it. We'll talk about it.
These little pocket rules, it's got to be for everybody. And that's the difference between someone like Joe Biden and Red Pill Rich. Okay. Everybody be nice to her.
What was that interaction?
Oh, no, she's cool. Yeah. She's here from Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
She is another white guilt liberal who has been deceived. Mm-hmm. And she thinks she's here doing the right thing. Okay. But I just have to explain to her what the numbers are. Yeah. I had to ask her to look up the numbers on her cell phone so she can be educated.
Great.
Because if you're going to represent that cause, you need to know where the money is going.
Yeah.
You need to know how the money is being collected.
Yep.
You need to know who's funding the organization.
Yep.
And you need to know what the organization really stands for.
Hell yeah.
Don't come out here representing a terrorist organization if you haven't even gone on the website. So all I did was I encouraged her to go on the website and educate herself about what she's standing here for. She's a nice girl, but she's lost. She's a nice girl and she thinks she's out here doing the right thing, but she doesn't understand that all her white friends have lied to her. Anderson Cooper has lied to her. Rachel Maddow has lied to her. The numbers don't add up. When 3% of the population is committing 50% of the crime, the numbers don't add up. When 7% of the population is committing 33% of the abortions, the numbers don't add up. So until you look at that, shut the fuck up before you take a side. And once you look at the numbers, then you can take a side. Is Trump a saint? No. Trump is not a saint. And we don't like his personality all the time. We don't want him to be our boss, but do we want him to be our dad? Hell yeah. Do we want him protecting this country? Hell yeah. We need someone who tells the truth and who cares. What did we have with Barack Obama? All we had was, oh yeah, I like it. Yeah, man. That's all we had. All we had was goofy smiles and bullshit fed to us in a pleasing, calming voice.
Oh my God, that is so fucking spot on. It's crazy. That is outstanding. Now, I noticed that you're holding a walkaway thing. I had Brandon.
I still have it.
Yeah, Brandon was right here in the shop. He came to the shop and we did a podcast. So when did you meet him? Or get into the walkaway thing?
Time, it's been such a long ride with walkaway. But yeah, so the week after the Los Angeles rally, which is where, actually, was it the week before or the week after? I think it was the week after. So the week after the Los Angeles rally, they had the San Francisco rally. So I went back I was still living in Oakland at the time. So I went home. They came to San Francisco. Antifa showed up, and we was squabbing. I was like, no, it's not gonna happen. So, I'm like, where the bitches at? Where the Antifa bitches is, I got that. Okay, y'all take care of the men, because I don't hit men. I don't want that smoke. I'm not that girl. Okay, I'm submissive. Or at least I'm trying to be. I know my place, and I hate feminism.
Are you?
So, I hate feminism.
I mean, I was gonna say also, I don't want to derail this, but you are a very strong personality as a woman, and the way you come off, very fiery. Look at the way that you were talking like that. You're just like fucking blah, blah. Like what you were saying is, this is the truth. Fuck you. I mean,
exactly. I've always been.
I get like that too. I'm like that too. I do that too. Also,
I've always been how I am. I've never not been that way. Like, you could tell when I'm in the kitchen, I fucking run the show. I'm a Virgo, and people say Virgos are controlling. I don't think we're controlling over everything. I think we're controlling over what we're good at. And research is what I'm good at. Reading between the lines is what I'm good at. Psychoanalyzing situations is what I'm good at. Storytelling is what I'm good at. So of course I'm going to be aggressive in those areas, especially when some little white girl wants to show up at a rally calling everybody racist, but then when a woman of color gets in her fucking face, oh, she doesn't have shit to say.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I am kind of a wild animal. I'm very untamed. I don't know how to be anything else. All I can say is that some people in this world are called to be clerics, and some people in this world are called to be warriors. So as much as I hate the fact that I'm a tomboy and I do have that like aggressiveness in me, I also know when to turn it off. And I also am like a very people don't understand, like outside of my YouTube channel, like I'm super quiet. I don't even talk.
I know
I'm so quiet.
There's a switch that you turn on, right?
Exactly. It's a switch. Exactly.
Yeah, I know 100%. Oh, absolutely. And then sometimes, when you're chilling, then you just kind of like, people think you're like a boring person or whatever because you don't have it switched on like that. But
no one ever thinks I'm boring. I am the life of the party. Trust me.
But I can see that.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Ask some Proud Boys.
So, all right. So, we're going to talk about Proud Boys, but bring me back to the walkaway thing right before that happened. Sorry for derailing you on that.
No, it's totally fine. So Brandon and I actually like met like eye to eye, like gave each other a hug, like physically met in San Francisco. So after Antifa was trying to swing on him and I had to pull some Antifa bitch out of the situation, I love Brandon. Like, I felt a calling in my life. I'd been watching Brandon on YouTube for like 2 years. I had actually made a walkaway video that I was going to send in 2018, but I was scared back then. I was shy back then. I didn't want to do it. I wasn't ready to go off the deep end and basically dox myself to the world for being a conservative. I wasn't ready back then. So he was like a hero, and I just felt this calling in my heart to always protect him. So, and I don't just mean like physically protect him. Obviously, I never got hired as security for him or anything like that, but to protect his message and to protect his movement. And then obviously if Antifa does show up, I'm gonna jump in the fight. Like,
so you're acting like a Proud Boy. I mean, I'm sorry.
I didn't know what Proud Boys were back then. Like, I didn't know.
They're just there to protect, speakers and stuff.
I'm just a fucking chef who's there to protect somebody that I think has been called by the universe or called by God to do something positive for this country. That was my intention. It wasn't like, oh, I want to be his fucking Joan of Arc. It was just, I happened to be there. Antifa happened to be there. What do you think I'm going to do? Like, let's be real. Like, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm not going to be nice all the time.
Hell yeah. But I'm just saying that's basically how Proud Boys started, That's basically how it started. It started because of all these conservatives were getting shut down, speaking at different, colleges, college circuits and stuff like that, getting piss thrown on them, like Gavin McInnes and stuff, And then it just turned into kind of like, it was a drinking club, yeah, but at the same time, there's a Patriot problem. So, and I definitely see that, the Huru Proud Boy shirt, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I got it from the 1776 shop.
Well, I'm going to have to bleep that out, but that's fine.
Your competitor?
No, everybody who knows. It's all good. I don't have to say it again. It's just
it's none of my business.
Listen, no, it's cool. If you go to proudenzo.com, you type in 1776.sucks, you'll get 10% off at checkout.
Okay, well, what was that? Proud Enzo?
Yeah. The name of my company is Fat Enzo. I make custom shirts, custom screen printing and embroidery. And then, so we do like a line of Proud Boy swag as well. And it's Proud Enzo.
Okay. Well, then let me, oh shit. I like your Capital Raiders. I'm a Raiders fan.
Oh yeah. That's
Oakland.
I came up with that shit. I just copyrighted it.
That's really cool graphic.
I will send you that. I will absolutely send you that. Don't even worry. Let's talk. Let's talk. No, I'm gonna hook you up. All right. I'm gonna
pay for my. I lead by example because I make my Ragers pay for their products. So I'm gonna pay for my product too. I just need to. These are cute. This is great. Ooh, I like this bowling shirt. That's really cool.
Hell yeah! Thank you very much.
You have really nice graphics on here. You have a Proud Boy mask. That's cool.
Yeah. So, but anyway, but enough about me. I'm just saying, 1776.shop. That's fine. That's Enrique's shop. He's a scum. But if you want to change it up and you want to go to a new spot, proudenzo.com is where you got to go. Now that's a good one to play. Hold on one second. I got that one on here. Let me cue that one up. That was funny from the Amp Fest with Enrique and Biggs, and then before that with hold on one second. It's hilarious.
That was so much fun.
Yes!
That whole weekend was amazing.
Very pretty. I try to clean up. Showing up. Showing up. Everybody's here.
There he is right there.
We partying.
That was such a fun event. I missed that weekend. I'll never forget it. It was so fun.
I'm going to fast forward to some key parts.
Speaking? Is Bryson Gray, and I know you've seen him. You been here since yesterday or the day before?
Wednesday.
He been here since Wednesday too. He's supporting.
Yes.
Okay? He's showing up, showing out. This is 5% right here. He took his talent and turned it into something that we could all have access to and have fun. Make America fun again.
Let's go.
Okay, but we not playing either, and he not playing.
Make rap positive again.
Make rap positive again.
Yes.
Give everybody your socials.
Real Bryson Gray on Twitter, Bryson Creates on Instagram, Bryson Gray on YouTube.
Yeah, I followed him on Instagram before I got kicked off. For talking shit. Well, I wasn't talking shit. I was talking the truth. Oh, yeah.
Leave it alone. Trump 2020, baby.
You hear that? You hear that? Oh, no. Oh, hell yeah. It's Enrique. Oh, my God.
What's up, buddy?
I'm like, oh no.
This is Enrique. First I met Gavin, now I met Enrique. I'm in heaven.
Hello.
Give everyone your socials.
Oh, great. I don't have any.
You're on Parlor because I said.
I know, I was kidding. So I'm on Parler, and you can follow me at Noble Lead on Parler.
That's right. That's right. I was with the Philly boys.
Oh, you were?
I had a ball. Sorry. I got excited. You finish your interview.
That's okay.
Yeah, I was
No, we're
there
just
for
walking
the
around.
Philly rally. I had a ball.
Were you there for the real one or the fake one?
The one that we didn't have any problems at.
Yeah, that was a real one. The week before, you know what they did?
I heard what happened. Yeah, that was slick. See, Proud Boys aren't just good muscle; they're smart too. What they
Sometimes
Some
you
of them.
use the sword, and other times you use the pen.
That I have.
I love them. Okay. Yeah.
We love
real.
them too.
Yeah. Real white supremacists. Okay.
I'm just really bad
Keep
at
it-
it. Let's be honest. I'm just really bad at
You have a very good tan.
it. Thank you. Because I live in this beautiful city right here that you're here. I live 5 minutes away from it.
I'm moving to Florida.
You should.
Yeah. I live in Oakland. It's a shit show.
Yeah,
It's a shit show.
I've actually gotten a bunch of my guys to move down to Florida from the Pacific Northwest, from Portland, and from the West Coast.
There is nothing there for us anymore. Florida, this is MAGA country, okay? Thanks so much for being here. Let me give you my card. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry. Hi, RedPill Rage.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna have to.
We
I'm like
turning
the
up
perfect
to that?
paparazzi. I'll just walk in. I don't
Yeah. Oh my God. So it's funny. It goes because it delves right into like your personal interaction with this person that you just met, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And you're documenting the whole thing live. I really don't go live like that on my cell phone and stuff. If I do film anything, I'll just film it and then I'll record it and then I'll edit it later, you know? Mm-hmm. So Enrique, yeah, he's one of my pretty good friends or whatever. I've known him since day one, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy. I was the first person in Palm Beach, the first Proud Boy in Palm Beach. And then the first two people I met was Enrique and this dude Pope, who would definitely love you because he's a chef too. And he would know,
cool.
and he's crazy. His personality kind of matches yours. He's insane in a good way, but you know. But my point is, I know Enrique since day one, and then he wasn't even our local chapter president. It was somebody else, and then he became our chapter president, and then he became the international chairman. And we're like, what the hell, you know? So, but I made T-shirts first, and he basically copied off of me, and then got into my lane. He did.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to go to his competitor. I like your shirts too. So I like your hats. You do have. If you had if you did any custom products or had any women's products, because I just don't like wearing.
Help me come up with them.
Well, what I'll do is I'll send you shirts that are in my size or racerback tanks that are in my size. And you just print.
No, I got you. I got you. I do that. I do this for a living. I got you. Just tell me what you want. I'll find it. And I'll print it on there. I have all kinds. I'll show you.
Tank tops.
I have some stuff. I'll show you afterwards. Okay. I got
Okay.
a bunch of different things that we could do for you. We'll customize you out. You know.
Okay.
What do you think about Proud Girls? That whole thing.
There is no such thing.
Okay.
There is no such thing. At least as far as I heard, there's not supposed to be.
Right. Exactly.
I wish there was. I think that the wives and girlfriends should probably have some sort of like support Telegram chat, maybe just for them, but I don't think it needs to be a facet of the organization. But I do think there should be something for them, whether it's a private Facebook page or a private Telegram chat, just so they can all communicate and kind of support each other. I will say this, throughout all of my travels, I've met a lot of wives and girlfriends coast to coast, and some of them are super on board with it, and some of them are not. And I can very, very much understand the reasons why some women are not on board with their husbands doing this. So I think that needs to be addressed, and I think that the ladies should be connected so they can help each other kind of figure out, how to get through the anxiety of what you go through when your man goes to a rally, or what you go through when your man gets doxxed and now you're the only one working. These are real life family issues that I think there should be some space for the lovers, the women, the supporters, the wives of Proud Boys to have, just so they can be there for each other.
It absolutely affects the entire family. It affects every facet of the family. If something happens to you, you get doxxed, you lose your job or something like that. I mean, Jesus, we actually have another chef. I mean, there's a lot of chefs in the Proud Boys. There are.
Are there?
There are a lot of chefs in the Proud Boys, yeah. There are. And then, another prominent Miami chef who works at a big time restaurant, he's been doxxed, so it is out there, whatever. You can find this if you look for it or whatever. But he had some problems and stuff, losing his income for a little while. And I don't want to talk too much more about it, but that effect, that's crazy. And then it falls onto the wife, right? To try to pick up the slack, man. That's crazy. Yeah. So, and also they can dox the wives. You ever have a day? You were just saying you were hanging out with the Proud Boys, right? So I mean, if you ever have a family day or anything, those people can get doxxed. So, but leading into that, I guess let's talk about that for a second. You just got back from a trip, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You were up in my old stomping grounds. You're up in the Northeast and hanging out with the New England Proud Boys. Is that right or what?
Yeah, there were I think maybe a couple different chapters. One from Massachusetts, one from New Hampshire, and one from Rhode Island, maybe. So they all got together and they had a little barbecue campfire shooting fest, and it was a lot of fun. I got to cook for everybody, and then of course they brought smokers and they brought wood chips, and the fires were going all day, and smoked chicken and smoked cream cheese. I guess that, I don't know if that's a Proud Boy thing or not, but it needs to be, because
oh my God, I want some.
It was so good. It's so good. I'll tell you how to make it later. But yeah, I got to shoot some guns. I got to make some friends. We got to talk some shit about Antifa, and drinking White Claws for 72 hours straight. It was awesome.
That sounds like a Proud Boy meetup. How did you hear about this shindig?
I was invited by one of the chapter presidents.
That's so cool.
But I mean, I did more than that. I came in the day before and I helped clean up the yard, and I spray painted the targets. So I did physical work. I literally was a production assistant for this party. I actually worked it. It wasn't like I was just there as a VIP or anything like that.
What a peculiar personality you have.
Why do you say that?
That's a good thing. I mean, come on. You're not like a milquetoast regular person. Your personality has a lot of facets. It's, a lot of layers.
Yeah.
You're flying up and hanging out, in the woods with Proud Boys and up in New England. It's just funny. So
I didn't ask for this life.
How did this happen?
Came to me.
How?
This came to me. This comes to me. I don't ask for any of this.
How?
It comes to me.
How did it happen? Enrique, when you met Enrique like that, is that when it started?
No. I've met a lot of different chapters in DC. I've met different chapters other places. That remember I was telling you that that week that I went to the Walkaway rally in LA and the video went viral, the following week there was another Trump rally in LA. And what would happen was they continued to have them for a long time. But the following week, and that immediate week when I was in San Francisco, there was one in LA, and I guess some patriots got attacked, and some LA Proud Boys were there and like were protecting people. And so I made a video on my channel, not really truly even knowing what they were. I just heard the name, and I was like, well, if these are the people who showed up to do what, to protect people and to do what I was trying to do, then I'm gonna give them a shout out. And then that video went viral, and it got like 40,000 views. And then they just started reaching out to me, and to this day I get letters. I got a letter from a Proud Boy in Tokyo. I talked to Proud Boys in Canada, Australia, England, all over this, all over in the United States. I was super, super tight with the Vegas chapter, and they've done some favors for me. I've done some favors for them that people don't even know about. There's all kinds of stuff that the fraternity has done for me, and there's a lot that I've done for the fraternity, trust me. Like donations, media, and then shit behind the scenes too.
But they also became like your fan base as well. And that's how I found out.
I don't know, maybe.
That's how I found out about you. I had a Proud Boy who said you should do a podcast with RedPill Rage.
Is that Bucky?
Yeah.
Thank you, Bucky. Thank you, Bucky. Appreciate you connecting us.
Does that happen to you often? Where you get
all the time.
Yeah, somebody's trying to connect you with somebody else, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, let's go to another one. Ooh. Oh, this is a good one. I actually want to. Yeah, hold on. Hold on one second.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah.
This shows you the growth that
So we
happened
met her
with the walkaway movement.
When was this? Was this in Orlando?
This was this was Tampa. This was in October. So
let me play it. We'll talk afterwards. This is a really good. I like what you have to say here. It's really awesome, actually. Everybody should listen to this. She outlined a 10-point Patriot program, and listen to her speaker with her fiery personality.
San Francisco, where we were on the bridge, someone who disguised as a walkaway person charged at Brandon on the Golden Gate Bridge, literally in the middle of the bridge. This next person did not care, got right in their face, screaming, "Not today. This is not happening today." RedPill Rage is a historian, political educator, a conservative that's for Trump, her background in hospitality. Jenny has watched the radical left force their agenda on every industry. Jenny reaches the world through her YouTube channel using comedy, research to change liberal hearts and support patriots of all backgrounds. RedPill Rage!
Oye, Florida! Una raza! Thank you guys. My name is Jennifer Eon, but today I'm gonna change my name for today. Today we're gonna call me Jenny P. Newton, and I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Ladies, would you like to have a seat? Ladies, hello, hi. Hi. Okay, see, listen, guys. What you see here, these two women, these are not real Black Lives Matter protesters. They're not real Antifa. What they're called is they're a specimen of the female race called attention whores. That's what they are. They're attention whores, and I will say this: having been to a couple of walkaway rallies, this is not what we normally deal with. Normally, it's a little bit more vicious. Normally, quite a few of them more will show up. Normally, they'll bring their own cameras. Apparently, even recently in Dallas, they photoshopped a black hooded supposed Confederate flag member into the photos that they took of us. I mean, they have to make up the racism at this point. It's ridiculous. Okay, so if those two attention whores would like to come down here and have a seat, I do have a special message for them. Ladies, All right, I guess they don't really want the attention either. That's fine. They're just here to look cute. They're paid. It's fine. But I just want to give the patriots of America a very serious message. This Black Lives Matter and Antifa stuff is for real. They have declared war on the American people. They are getting militant. And so today, Jenny P. Newton decided to get a little militant as well. And just like the Black Panther Party, I have decided to write a 10-point program of my own. Number one, we want freedom. We want power to determine the destiny of our American community. We believe that American patriots will not be free until we are liberated from the radical leftist ideologies, scare tactics, and violence. Number two, we want fair employment for our patriots. We believe that the federal government is responsible for the protection of our borders. We believe that if the radical left continues to further their agenda of open borders, unfair and unbridled illegal labor competition will destroy the American workforce. I am a chef and I realize this, I see this is happening in my industry every day. Number three, we want an end to the robbery by the radical left of our small business community. We believe that leftist governors have robbed us of our livelihood and entrepreneurial spirit, and now we are demanding an end to statewide lockdowns. Number four, we want decent housing fit for the shelter of all patriots, especially those who have served our country. We believe that no man, woman, or child should be living on the streets of America. We demand an end to frivolous international aid programs and frivolous domestic aid programs that appease illegal immigrants and cartel criminals. Number five, we want education for our people that exposes the true nature of communist societies. We want education that teaches patriots our true history and our role in present-day society. We believe that an educational system that will give our patriots knowledge of American history, the Constitution, and civics. If our American children do not have this knowledge, they are and will be indoctrinated into radical communist fantasy, pornographic sex health education, and schools that teach mediocrity as equality. Yeah, they're indoctrinated. They don't know any better. Forgive them, Father. They know not what they do. That's all right. That's all right.
I say that often.
We want all, this is for you ladies, I hope you're listening. We want all Antifa and Black Lives members to be forced into military service. You, I want you. We want you. We believe that ungrateful leftists should be forced to fight in military service to defend the government that has protected them. We believe their radical entitlement must be put to an end. If they refuse military service, we can also buy them a one-way ticket to any country of their choice. And or we can just put them in Guantanamo. Number 7, we want an immediate end, and I'm about to say it. Get your cameras ready. We want an immediate end to white brutality and murder of innocent white people. I said it. We believe all lives matter. The radical left has made it fashionable and even admirable to insult, attack, and presently murder Caucasian Americans under the BLM banner. The Second Amendment to the Constitution of the United States gives patriots the right to bear arms. We therefore believe that all white people should arm themselves in self-defense. Now, I'm speaking on my own, okay? You guys get what I'm saying. Don't take that out of context. All lives matter. And they don't want this fight. We want freedom for all patriots in social media and news outlets. We believe the radical left has used doxing and intimidation techniques to silence rational thought, fair fact-checking, and objective voices of reason. We demand an end to censorship on social media platforms and news outlets. Number 9, we want all I'm gonna move on. I messed that one up. Okay. And finally, here's the 10th point. We want our land back. We want our bread back. We want our housing back. We want our freedom of speech back. And we want justice and peace for all Americans. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for all patriots to dissolve the radical left once and for all, we will not back down. We will not cower in fear. We're not going to hide any longer. Our president will be reelected.
That didn't happen.
Our police will be backed. And our sanity will be restored. Power to the Patriots!
Wow. That was unbelievable. So you should obviously get into politics, you know.
I've got too many skeletons in my closet, but maybe if it's what's needed, you know, I would love to.
Well, oh my God. The way that you speak is fucking dynamic, and is obviously you thought some of it out because you did write the 10 points, but there's some going off the cuffness too, and you're really comfortable doing that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. The funny thing about that 10-point program is I actually rewrote the Black Panther 10-point program. So a lot of those basic proclamations that they're making, I just switched it around for patriots because the supposed victimhood of the blacks in the 70s, I mean, and I'm sure there was some, you know, what they're fighting for is what we're all fighting for. Like what they wanted was what we were all wanted. But it's not the niggas that are the victims here. I'm sorry, it's just not anymore. The niggas are they're a protected class. The gays are a protected class. Muslims are a protected class. Women to some degree are a protected class. Everyone's looking at this big ugly monster that they think exists, that the media tells them exists, but nobody's looking at what's happening on a day-to-day basis in democratic cities and in people's lives. You know, the drugs, the homelessness, the crime, the housing crises. You know, no one's looking at that. You know, you want to say, oh, well, you know, these microaggressions. I don't care about microaggressions. I care about, can I work? Can I afford a place to live? And am I safe? That's what I care about. That's what most people care about. But obviously this country is super divided and people are very delusional about who the real enemy is.
Now tell me about your red-pilled moment.
I'm actually writing a book right now about all of the red pill moments in my life. I mean, I could definitely say I grew up thinking that Democrat was the party of the people. I voted Democrat the majority of my adult life. If I wasn't voting independent, I was voting Democrat. There were a lot of things. There were a lot of free speech. There were a lot of violations of free speech that I've seen throughout my life. There were a lot of movies that I've watched that have foretold and predicted this stuff. There's a lot of philosophies that I've studied, you know, even Platonic philosophy with the allegory of the cave. Like, psychologically what's happening to many people in this country, really around the world, with Black Lives Matter. This is all predictable to me. I see the writing on the wall. I've noticed a number of patterns throughout my life
Do you know who
that support.
Foucault is?
Mm-mm.
Oh, he's a philosopher, French philosopher, Foucault, and he came up with the like analogy, the panopticon, and the panopticon is this weird shape that like the inside of the circle can see everything, but like if you're in one of the areas or whatever, like grooves, I don't know what it is, but you can only see the inside of the circle, but you can't see around. And it's like basically that's what's going to happen to us. We'll have it set up where you could. I'm not explaining it very well, but you'll always be watched, and then you won't know if you're being watched at that moment or whatever. So like you won't do stuff. You won't like, break any laws or anything. Am I too high? God.
You might be. Yeah. No, I see what you're saying, but I'll just briefly
Look
go
at this.
ahead.
Let me just show it. Let me show you this shape.
Oh,
Hold
you
on.
have it. Go ahead.
The shape. So it's like like a jail, right? That's the way a jail's constructed, kinda like a panopticon. And then you can kind of see in the middle, right here in this end part. That's probably like where the guards are. And then you're in all these different cells, these other cells around the whole circle, right? It's and I don't know.
So,
Anyway,
like,
but
if you're
this philosopher said that we will eventually, like, society will become like the panopticon.
Without a doubt, without a doubt. But until you break down those walls that are on your left and on your right, until you climb over the mountain, until you go underneath, until you go around it, you're not going to see all these things. And it just breaks my heart that with people, not just in this country, but all over the world who are living in that cell block A, they can literally only see what's in front of them, what's being shown to them. And anybody can perform whatever performance they want to do when they're in the center, because you can't see on your left, you can't see on your right, but it doesn't take that much work to find out the truth, which is what's most frustrating to me. All I did was go on FBI statistics, and I started looking at the murder rates, I started looking at the crime rates, and they break it down by gender, they break it down by age, they break it down by ethnicity group. And when you look at the numbers, like I said in that walkaway video, they don't add up. Why are the numbers so high? Why are the numbers of white Americans being murdered by Black Americans 10 times Black Americans being murdered by white Americans? Mm-hmm. Why is the number so high with Hispanic Americans killing white Americans, but you don't see no white Americans killing Hispanic Americans? Why is this happening? So it's very frustrating, but you can find this information. It's just that people don't want to find it. And that's where it's frustrating,
Was the major red pill moment the BLM movement?
I was conservative well before BLM really took off. And I noticed Antifa's involvement for probably the past decade and a half in terms of trying to overthrow this country, and all the rallies they were doing, like everything from Occupy Wall Street to the Dakota Pipeline. This was, I think, well before Trayvon Martin, so I noticed it then. But the breaking point for me, I wouldn't say it's my red pill moment, but I would say the breaking point for me was definitely George Floyd. For sure.
Okay.
Because we, up until that point, even though we had a lot of media coverage about these unarmed Black people getting, killed by whites or cops or whatever, even though we had a lot of media coverage, we never had a worldwide wave of demonic energy, of what I think they call it the canonization of criminals. We never had that before. We never had Target and HBO and Discovery Channel and Absolute Vodka putting black squares on their goddamn Instagram page in solidarity of Black Lives Matter. You never saw corporations getting involved in this. You never saw statues being erected of a fucking junkie, a porn star junkie. You never saw people who weren't even in black areas burning down their own cities and their own neighborhoods. Like, you never saw quite that much. I was in LA. I mean, I grew up in LA. I was there for the Rodney King riots. That was like 4 days. It wasn't a year of this shit. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Wow. I remember when that happened. What was that, like 94 or something like that?
94, yeah.
Yeah. I was like 14 years old at that time. But
and when OJ got acquitted, you didn't see white people burning shit down.
Yeah, that was like the year before that.
We all knew he did it. We all knew he did it, but we knew the LAPD did a sloppy job. So that's why he got off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't see when Asians are getting beat up and killed in the streets, you don't see them burning shit down. But somehow there's this permissiveness when it comes to the dumb, ignorant, incorrigible black race that allows for this, as if it's justified. And I'm over it.
So, but when you were basically you were like working, what's the deal? You were working in this environment where there was a lot of all your peers, all your coworkers, you know, they all thought left, right? Just like, I mean, I've been totally indoctrinated too. I've talked about it so many times, but my past or whatever. But it's like, I have an English degree, all right, from the University of Florida, and then I lived in New York City and stuff, all right. So I'm totally indoctrinated to the left, and I voted for Obama and stuff, you know. I voted for Obama twice,
We all did. We thought we were doing the right thing. We thought we were bringing our country to a new era of equality, and look what he did. All he did was make things more divisive, and then give a free pass to the Trojan horse of all that gay shit, you know?
Mm-hmm. But then my dad died, and then that really woke me up. And at that point, I was like, you know, if you really want to take the world by the balls, you got to get up and just do it, or it's not going to happen, that kind of thing. And then along with that is that whole conservative mindset, because that's really like, you know, pick yourself up by your bootstraps and just move forward kind of deal. You know, mm-hmm. I needed that like event or whatever to really push me into the spot where I started doing certain things. But so it's kind of like you were working, right? And you were around all that. And then what happened?
Okay, so one of the things, I mean, I didn't mention this. I told you about it, but I didn't. Some people know, some people don't. I actually had a podcast about craft beer for 2 years prior to this. And what was frustrating for me is that I kept my podcast only about the beer. I interviewed a bunch of brewmasters, marketers, can designers, label designers, like anyone who worked in and around food or beverage, right? So I had all these people on my Instagram, breweries, bars, brewmasters, chefs, even bakers, like people who were making beer-related products, people who were making beer-related soap, people who were just, you know, just running a bar. You know, like I had hundreds and hundreds of people. Either I knew them, they knew me, we were friends, we weren't friends, I interviewed them, whatever, right? Nobody knew I was conservative, but I couldn't understand how all of a sudden, all these years that I've been holding my tongue on my platforms, not speaking out about anything social justice related, and then all of a sudden, all of these corporations are supporting BLM. So I snapped after George Floyd, and I basically just started attacking everybody I knew. Everybody. You know, I started attacking them with facts. I was like, did you know BLM is a satanic organization? Did you know BLM is a communist organization? Do you know what they're fighting for? Do you even know who George Floyd is? Do you know this guy was a fucking junkie? Have you guys never seen anybody while they're on one, when they're fucking foaming at the mouth and like talking all crazy and talking fast? Like, these people are ignorant. I could not believe that this was really about empathy. I could not believe for the life of me that these people are just such good people, so compassionate, so empathetic, that when they saw that knee on his neck for 9 minutes, they were overwhelmed with a high morality. They were overwhelmed with a moral reaction. That's not what this is about. Nobody gives a fuck that his video wasn't violent. It wasn't disturbing. It was sad. But it wasn't disturbing. Okay, or at least not for me, coming from California, where you see junkies fucking laid out in the street all the time. It happens. Okay?
I think it was kind of disturbing a little bit. That the fact that that is like, I don't know. We were having a joke. We were talking about making a shirt. Actually, that same dude, the Pope, half came up with this, but we were gonna do, Derek Chauvin did nothing wrong, and then on the back we're just gonna do the legit instruction booklet, police manual, where it shows that you can legally put your knee on somebody's back like that. Isn't that kind of messed up?
That's very distasteful, but I would at this point I would
very distasteful, correct?
Very distasteful, but you know what? I don't care what's distasteful. I care what's factual. I don't care what hurts people's feelings or rubs people the wrong way or makes people uncomfortable. When I see these videos of white people just getting slammed in the head, mobbed, kicked in the head, and it's not as if niggas don't do this to themselves. It's not as if Mexicans and Puerto Ricans don't do this to each other anyway. But this absolute unbridled violence, disgusting. That shit disturbs me. Okay, we're not talking about a junkie that wouldn't shut up and wouldn't stop moving even after he had been told to stop moving. And if you watch the body cam, frankly, in my opinion, Derek Chauvin was very polite to George Floyd the majority of that interaction. The first 20 minutes, I feel like they were very polite to him. He just wouldn't comply. What was disturbing about it for me is that it didn't seem real. It kind of seemed like a setup, which again, it all ties back into each other. Okay? The communists needed an event that they could exploit around the world in order to take control. And they finally had one. Because there has been a communist infiltration in this country for 80 years. Okay?
Yeah, Joseph McCarthy was right.
There's just, we don't look at it collectively because it was always all these little small events. All these little small events trying to catch hold, trying to catch fire on the American people. And it was not until George Floyd that it finally did. And not only in America, but around the world, because England is having serious fucking problems with BLM and Antifa too. Okay? People don't know that. I mean, you should know that, but I know that, So that being said, I'm watching this event and I'm like, dude, this is a fucking setup. This guy's family is probably going to get paid so much money, which they did. Okay? The cops are going to get crucified, which they are. And all of this is going to be because it was an event that was so shocking. It was so shocking, Clutch your pearls, shocking. Yeah, right. With all the violence that people see every day, please stop. Please fucking stop. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. But yeah, I saw it as the catalyst for a communist takeover, and I'm very disturbed that it took root the way that it did,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're screwed.
I know.
We're totally fucked. All right. I mean, we've gone for over an hour. Is there anything else we should cover right now?
Well, I was actually going to ask you a question. Do you have any action items for the Patriots that you think will help us be able to take our country back?
That's what you're all about, huh? That action, right?
Yes.
What do I think? I'm trying to do it right now. I think everybody should carve out their own niche and do that. I've said it in a poem before. You grab your like a camera and a microphone and a pen, like a Tommy gun, right? Because this is a fight till the end.
Yes,
It is.
yes, it is.
It's a crazy struggle, and they're trying to tighten our muzzles. Right?
Absolutely.
And what are we going to do about it? I mean, we're all going to be deemed terrorists, domestic terrorists who are using our platforms to, spread falsehoods. Just like you see what's going on with Cuba. Oh, my God. I'm down here in South Florida area. I was just down in Miami on Sunday. I saw that whole shit. I got all of it on video. You see Enrique. Enrique got up on top of the bus. I have this all on video. You got.
Send it to me.
Hold on. Yeah, I will. I gotta put it into I gotta edit it after this. Anyway, he jumped on top, and then maybe I can I actually hold on one second. I can share this right now, can't I? Wait a second here. I actually can share this. If I could find that movie really quick. It's pretty nuts. They go nuts on him, and they refuse to let him speak. Every time you're just trying to find something, it's like, oh, okay. I think I know where it is now. That's when they got on there. See, this is when they first got him. This is one of our guys, Alex. He's the one talking. Not the guy, not that guy talking. Not that guy. But.
Miren,
damn, where the fuck is it?
No tenemos la atención de la televisión y la prensa porque todos están vendidos a la izquierda.
Where the
Pero
fuck?
si vamos todos y paralizamos el aeropuerto de Miami, nos van a cubrir en el mundo entero y necesitamos que los ojos del mundo entero estén con nosotros.
I'm sorry, I can't fucking find. I can't find the one that I want to try to. That I really want to find right now. Like, oh my god! But we were out there. Look at this.
Don't dox yourselves now.
Oh yeah, you're right. Hold on.
Don't. Oh, cover it up. No face, no case.
No, those guys are okay. They've already been doxxed.
If they've already been doxxed.
Those guys are already doxxed. Those guys are. Those guys are doxxed. But
you know, Antifa be cyber stalking me, so I'm sure they're cyber stalking you.
Oh shit! Well, whatever. I don't care. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Damn. Hold on. Wait. Is this the one? Is this the one? Yes. Okay. Yes. I'll find the spot. See, See, Enrique?
Yes, I see him. That's what's up. Handle business. TCB, Is that Pingu guy? Looks like this one.
It's pretty crazy stuff, huh?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Anyway,
I hope it's a wake up call. I hope it's a wake up call to Democrats, but I don't know. I mean, again, you know, if you're living in cell block A and you don't care to research how many countries are suffering because of this political system, you know, you're still going to sit there and be like, yes, $15 minimum wage and free college and free healthcare for everybody. You're still going to have that mindset. And then also, you know, if you've never run a business, you don't know what things cost. And the people making the biggest noise are the ones who've never run businesses, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I see it all the time.
Oh, yeah, they're so stupid. They're literally stupid.
I know.
It's forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do, just like you said.
Wow.
Even though I'm Catholic, I remember that one. All right. Thank you so much for being on. You are the shit. This is Jennifer Eon. She is Red Pill Rage. Red Pill Rage.
Red Pill Rage.
And how'd you get the name Red Pill Rage? Before we end.
I stole it from the MGTOWs. Yeah. Because, like, when you type in the term Red Pill Rage, usually it's like a MGTOW thing. But it's also, to me, they took it from The Matrix. And we all love that movie. And I actually dated Marcus Chong, so I feel very entitled to use it. Yes.
Who is that?
Tank. Tommy Chong's adopted son. Radon Chong was his sister.
Really?
He was in Panther. Yeah.
Oh
I
my
dated
God.
him for 6 weeks. He was crazy. But I feel like I got the Matrix in me. I got it all. I can say it. I'm gonna use it. That I earned it. Okay.
And how can people reach out to you or whatever? They're going to follow you on Twitter. I know you have a big presence there. I believe it is, your Twitter handle is Rage Red Pill.
Rage Red Pill. I had to, at the time, I couldn't, the name wasn't available, so I had to switch it around. But guys, just Google me. Go to my YouTube channel. All of the socials are always in the description box. So I'm on Gab. I'm on Parler. I'm on Getter. I just joined Getter. News Clapper, TikTok, Library, BitChute, Rumble. I'm everywhere. So you should find me somewhere. But the central kind of base there is definitely the YouTube page. I talk a lot of shit on Twitter. So if you like to watch Twitter fights with celebrities and Antifa, that is what I'm good at. So
yeah, you do the Bill Burr.
I love Bill Burr.
You do the Bill Burr style. Just look right in the camera. So How do you? So you think about all your stuff before you go on a rant or what? How do you do that? What I find is so interesting is that you love Michael Rappaport the way you do, because actually I'm the same way, and I'm gonna play this one more stupid thing really quick. Hold on, because I do find it interesting that you.
But he was talking shit though, so I mean he needs to get spanked.
Yeah.
But I want him. I wish he was on our side.
I know. Play this for a second here.
So I promised you we were going to address the Michael Rappaport situation. Now, am I going to go tit for tat for every celebrity that says bad things about Donald Trump or walk away movement? Of course not. Of course not. I'm not going to do that. But when it comes to a celebrity that I mean, I don't know him in real life. I've never met him. I don't know him personally. I've only met him online. He has a kind of, since the quarantine started, i.e. since there's been no sports, and i.e. since there's been no filming, and i.e. since there's been no ESPN, he doesn't have a job. Michael Rappaport is like unemployed. So what did he do? He needed to get his attention from his fans. So for any of his big fans who were fans of the I Am Rappaport Stereo podcast, he has a community for them. So he hosted a private Zoom call for all of his big fans, and me and my daughter were on that Zoom call a couple months ago, and it was fun. I've always known how much Michael Rappaport hates Donald Trump, but he's funny, you know? So like I said, he was one of those last celebrities, like even after I unfollowed every other celebrity that hated Donald Trump, I still followed Michael Rappaport because I liked him that much, you know? And I'm always gonna support his free speech. But real quick, let's look at what Michael Rappaport tweeted. It's not super controversial, it's not a big deal. Okay, so
This was the walkaway event that I was at.
So it looks like all he did was retweet something from someone else, some footage that someone else found. And he's not really talking shit. All he says here is, these ain't the housewives of Beverly Hills I'm used to. This is Beverly Hills, California people. Better get out and vote because they are. So it's not so much an insult other than he's basically feminizing all of us patriots, which is fine. He can feminize us women. We want that. But, you know, to feminize the men that are at this rally is kind of fucked up. So that was his little way of taking shots without having to say anything. But he's sending out a warning to Democrats saying, you know, it's time to get serious. So, yeah, that's pretty much all he wrote. But I do know that one thing about Michael Rappaport is that he is kind of a little bitch. So I kind of have a feeling if we put a little pressure on him, maybe we can open his heart. Because this is the same Michael Rappaport, the same one who sits there and talks about dick saying Donald Trump and you fuck you. The same Michael Rappaport that basically has built a career off of doing Robert De Niro impressions and talking a lot of shit. That Michael Rappaport sued Barstool Sports because someone made fun of him saying he had herpes because he had a bump on his lip. So the same guy that has been spending all these decades talking so much shit, and I don't mind when he talks shit about LeBron, because obviously I'm a Warriors fan. I don't know how much so now, but I've always been a Warriors fan. I love him on ESPN. I love the I Am Rappaport Stereo podcast. But come on, dude, you talk shit all fucking day, Michael Rappaport. You talk shit all day long on Instagram. You talk shit all day long about Donald Trump. And you can't handle somebody making fun of you talking about you have herpes because you got a bump on your lip. You got a cold sore. Someone said you had herpes, and now you want to sue? Michael Rappaport, you're a little bitch, okay? Wait till I show you the video that Young Pharaoh did about Michael Rappaport. But let's just try to appeal to Michael on two levels, okay? First of all, well, three levels. First of all, Michael Rappaport is Mr. New York. So
you start giving his information away.
I gave his number.
I noticed Michael's.
You give his information
I
away.
was there and would love to fill you in on some information that you may not have gotten.
I think it's
inquiry to your podcast.
Oh, go back
platform.
like 30 seconds.
Hi, Michael. This is Jenny again.
Go back
of RedPill Rage.
another 30 seconds.
Let's see. I was there and would love to accept voicemail.
Yo, what's up? This is Michael Rappaport. It's actually me. I can't answer the phone, but you can text me, leave me your contact, and I will hit you back ASAP. Looking forward to talking to you.
Didn't you say the number before this?
Okay, so Michael doesn't accept...
No, what I did was I did another video after this where I did give out his number.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's funny.
I told you I'm wild.
He doesn't respond.
But this was the Let's Appeal to His Heart video, and the video after that was we gonna roast this motherfucker video. We gonna roast his ass.
Oh yeah. But what is it about like Michael Rappaport? I agree. I like Michael Rappaport too, to an extent, even though he is a liberal and the way he is so like very opinionated and like, God, it really gets to me because he's like talking straight to me and talking mad shit. But there is some kind of element within me that still likes him for some reason, and I don't know why. I can't really put my finger on it. But that's the same kind of thing. When you were saying that, I definitely understood where you're coming from with Michael Rappaport there. But so you were on an actual Zoom call with him, huh? How did that go down? Was that okay? Was that fun?
Actually, he's not. I even told him. I said, "You're not funny enough right now." But I don't know. Like, I mean, it's one of those things. Like, dynamics change with people. You know, like when you're prepped and when you're going off on something you want to go off on. Yeah, you can be funny, but in the Zoom call, I think he was also maybe it was just because he was trying to say hi to so many people. He didn't really get into anything, but I saw some opportunities for him to shoot some shots, and then he didn't take them. So I was like, "Oh, you're not that funny." Mm-hmm. But he talked to my daughter, and my daughter liked him. So he said some nice things to my daughter. He was very gracious with her.
Yeah. Your daughter is she's not mixed.
Let's not talk about.
Okay.
Let's not talk about her, please.
Sorry, I was wondering because I wanted to try to get a gauge on something. If that, I guess there's no way to really ask that about. Like, do you have like other family members that are like, you know, white or other ethnicities within your family?
I have every ethnicity in my family, from black to Puerto Rican to Pakistani to white.
Yeah.
Like I have every color in my family.
Well, do you think like a lot of African Americans or just black people in America don't have that?
I don't know. I don't hang out with them. I don't know. I don't know what niggas do. I don't know what their families look like. I come from a very, very, very interracial family.
Okay.
And everyone's married to everybody. Everybody had babies with everybody. We have every skin color from light to black, like white to black. So I don't know.
That's really cool.
Fortunate. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yep, that's awesome. Yeah, well, that's pretty much it. I mean, I didn't want to talk I don't want to talk about I don't want to talk about anything like that at all. And I wouldn't even have known about it unless you talked about it. You said that in the video. But do you ever get concerned about that? I mean, the doxing thing and stuff. I know you just moved somewhere. Are you concerned about getting doxed with the new spot that you're working or anything? Because that's always. Or are these people kind of down?
I don't give a fuck. They can't do anything. I mean, I've already been doxxed.
What are they going to do? They're just going to call up. They're going to call up the phone a bunch of times.
They're going to call up and they're going to say, "Did you know that there's a white supremacist working for you?" And then they're going to come look at me and be like, "Yeah, it's her." I'm like, "Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm a white supremacist." No one will believe it. So I think that to a certain point, like, because I don't fit the narrative, like, I'm like the fact that I don't want to say too much, but like the fact that I'm not in jail, like, is a miracle. The fact that I'll tell you what happened later, okay? I'll tell you, I'm not going to admit to anything on camera, but I'll tell you what happened later. Like, the fact that I'm not in jail proves that if you don't fit the narrative, they're not going to pick you up, Mm-hmm. So I've already been doxxed. Antifa's always all up in my business. I wish they would, but in Texas, it's not going to happen. There are some Antifa strongholds here, but
must be, right?
I mean, this is an open carry state. Like, I'm not playing. I speak softly and I carry a big stick. I'm not going to sit there and yell and scream and tell you what a little commie piece of shit you are. I'm going to fucking shoot you. Like, out here, I can do that. In California, I had to tread very lightly. But luckily, you know, like I said, I went on the road after that, and I was constantly moving for damn near 9 months, like constantly moving, constantly traveling, like living out of a suitcase for 6 months straight, you know. So I'm not really worried about it. Plus, I mean, if I had to, I could pretty much call up any chapter president and, like, you know, have backup if I felt that unsafe. But I don't. And where I am here in Austin, this is the suburbs. This is Trump country. You're not gonna, you can run your mouth, but you're not going to go too far. And usually, like, now that after everything that I've been through, I'm more vocal about being conservative. I wear a Proud Boy shirt to work like almost every other day just to see if somebody will say something to me. They never do. No one ever notices, you know. Plus, you wouldn't expect to see something like that on this body, you know. You wouldn't. But I tell people very early on that I'm conservative, so just don't be surprised.
Wow.
Don't be surprised.
Well, there you have it. Listen, I apologize for any questions that may have crossed the line unintentionally.
That's okay.
You know, I'm not the best interviewer. I'm still learning. There is a
You're
definite,
very good.
there's a
You're
definite
very
tact. I just wanted to find out, you know, if you had some, because that's what it appears to me. I was just thinking that this person must have, you know, been exposed to a lot of different, you know, different backgrounds. And so that's and I feel like a lot of African American and blacks in America aren't exposed to that. Maybe they aren't exposed to enough.
But is that an excuse? Oh, I'm not exposed to white culture. Well, who cares? This is American culture. Either get on board or get the fuck out. Go to some fucking African country. Go to fucking Dominican Republic. Go to Cuba. Go to Belize. Go be somewhere where you can be around people who look like you and have whatever fucking and live your best life and see how that works before you come crawling back to America because you can get more here, because you make more money here, because you're safer here, because as a woman, your rights against domestic violence are more protected here than they are in some goddamn fucking Uganda, West African country where women are getting the shit beat out of them and you can't do nothing about it.
Oh
Go to some black country. That's where I'm at. I don't like this excuse. Well, just because blacks aren't around. What do you mean blacks aren't around white people? We go to school with white people. Our teachers are white. We go to work with white people. We take the train with white people. We take the bus with white people. What are you talking about?
Well, I think me. What am I talking about?
I mean, I'm not saying. I know you don't feel that way.
I see it.
Why do people who feel that way feel that way?
Yeah, no, I see it though. I haven't. You know, like you were mentioning the ISUPK. You know, those guys work. I have people from that organization who work for me. We work together, and they feel some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? It's funny to employ people that absolutely literally think you're the devil. It's hilarious. And I'm always on that
because you're writing the checks.
I'm always on that shit trying to show them through my actions that it's not true. But we'll see. I mean, they're very stubborn.
They're going to believe what they want to believe, you know, and let them, you know, but this idea that blacks do not need to integrate into the greater American society is bullshit to me. That's the problem. Is like they're being this is the allegory of the cave here. They're being, in their own minds, they're victims, but in reality, they actually are the aggressors. They actually are the perpetrators of a lot of problems in this country. Mexicans too, okay? Mexicans too, okay? We're not leaving y'all out because y'all run a lot of fucking crime out here. It's this they call it infantilism, where you baby someone to the point where they have to take no responsibility for their actions, their words, their mindset. You know, so it's a really sick condition that I've been trying to help other people break through for so long. And I get demonized for it. Oh, you white, you a coon, you an Oreo, you a cracker, you're a bedwench, you're this. It's like, no, I just have my own mind and I can figure shit out. And I'm sorry that you don't have that. But here's some tools, here's some facts, here's some receipts to help you get there. And if you can't get there, see you in hell. Because that's where you belong. That's where every fucking terrorist, commie, BLM piece of shit belongs, is in hell. Because they are animals, they are doing the work of the devil, and they need to go.
Well, with that, I think that we're done. Now, listen, if you guys want to check out RedPill Rage, go just Google her. Just Google her.
I'm everywhere.
And if you want to find me, Google me too. And you know what, you guys, listen, you guys got to do something for us, because these people, you know, they censor us. They shadow ban us. They do all this. They kick us off Facebook. They kick us off Instagram, all that stuff, right? So do us a favor. If you're on one of those commie networks still, and they haven't gotten you, take one step further and being kicked off as well. Share this podcast, please. Like it, share it. There's a 20-year-old at Google, you know, with cum-crusted stains on his pants. You know, he's deciding who wins or loses in life because he learned how to code while living in his mommy's basement. Are you going to allow that? Fuck no, you shouldn't. So do us all solid and share this shit. Thank you very much, RedPill Rage. I appreciate you being on the Bobby Pickles podcast. See you later, guys. Adios. Vaya con Dios.
Bobby Pickles podcast. He always says that's me with that look on his face.